In an unbelievable head start of Uganda's number seed 2 plus 6 by seed number 1, Mansur plus 6 versus Cesar. The second half of the match resumes, and unbelievably, the player that has been head started is the player trailing in this match. Mansur 13, Cesar 14, including the plus 6 head start here at Climax Bar and Lounge match in the Kampala city in the East African country of Uganda. This match is a rematch of the first match that happened last week between the very players at a different venue. That was Dice Lounge. That one was won by Mansur 21-16. And just after Mansur sank in the last black, Cesar and his management proposed to have the same stake at a different venue. It took some time for Mansur to agree before they finally made up their mind to have this match. Today at Climax Bar and Lounge is part 2 of Mansur versus Cesar live in battle. My name is Peter Chove. Thank you for watching. Share the stream. One of the worst things you can ever do as a player is to lose your concentration in a long race against Cesar. That is exactly what Mansur is doing. It is now minimum 400 people packed and watching this match for a pay. It is $1,200 at stake, or in consequence for whoever loses this match. Cesar is punishing each and every mistake Mansur is doing. 12 apples have been scored so far, 8 for Cesar. Never in any match between Ugandan players have we watched 12 apples. So far, it's 12. Cesar with the lion's share. 14, Cesar. 13, Mansur, including the head start. Pardon, 13 Mansur, 15 Cesar. The match is continuously drifting away from Mansur. The timeout has not worked. The worst thing to happen to you is to lose right from the timeout. It gives the psychological boost to your opponent. Those are the Cesar fans counting from 41 to 40. believe this is a very good advertisement, not just to Ugandan pool, not just to East African pool, but to African pool in its entirety. The level of play, the atmosphere at the venue, the fact that the match is being viewed for a pay, and meaning people who are at the venue, it is the equivalent of $3 US, slightly less, that is 10,000 Uganda shillings, for each and every one of not less than 400 people who are watching this match. That money is to be shared equally between the players. The idea is for even the losing player to go home with some money, because the entertainment is coming from both players, and whoever wins will not have played himself. He has not been in the best of shape Cesar in the last month. Lost out in the quarterfinals in the beginning of your comp just last weekend, if you are watching, to Abubakar Nakabali Pacquiao 7-5. Lost out in the second round in the Pole Association of Uganda end of year comp to Sula Matovu. Lost out in a money match against Mansur last week. It has been 3 successful, painful losses for Cesar. This match is for redemption. At times when I'm watching him, I have not to blink because something could happen. And there is that something. Cesar 16, Mansoor 13. He's breaking under pressure. This time he sinks in 1 yellow, but the break is not a very even break. You would think that Cesar is conditioning him to simply play attacking pool and try to finish the game, because every time Mansur doesn't pot a ball, Cesar comes to the table and makes a clearance. At times you wonder what to do when you are playing against the guy in Cesar. It is already 10 p.m. Ugandan time, East African time, coming to 9:30 p.m. Southern African time. It is the early hours of the night in West African time. But how amazing it is that all of you in your thousands are still glued onto your screens, ensuring that you watch this action live to completion. Thank you very much. Also thank you to fellow social media personalities who keep sharing these videos. TikTokers who crop out some of the good clearances and posting them on your very active TikTok accounts. Top Seed UG, Samuel Jackson, thank you. Hundreds of videos and such a big TikTok following. How beautiful it is that you chose to share your passion to the world, and it's nothing apart from pool. Thank you for watching my good friend Richard Kleberson, a former pool player with Boat Pool Club, nowadays Bebe Cool's manager and a supporter of Cesar, always fighting Cesar's wars in the comments section. But be kind, it's just a game, Kleberson. Be kind to follow viewers. At times this guy becomes unstoppable. At times I run out of words describing him. At times I keep quiet and just let you watch him. At times you can even mistake me to be his fan, simply because I describe exactly as I see. But when his game is on, like it is now, he is beyond describable. Now he is snookered, at least for Mansur to have a chance to play. I'm not so sure whether that one was a calculated shot had it gone in. I'm not so sure if it could have gone down as a fluke. What I'm sure of is that Mansur has two shots to try and redeem himself. He rightly uses his free shot to set the black ball. Winning is very important. Even more important than to win a game, it is very important that he remains confident. It is not easy to be head started and then you are equalized at around midway through a long race. It is not easy. Should he find a way of equalizing, later on win this match, it will be one of the biggest victories that he will ever remember. It will be the best memorable money match in his entire career, even better than the first one he won against Cesar, because he never went down. This time he is 3 games down, even with the head start. At least he will get to pull one back. Yes, he does. Mansur 14, Cesar 16. 11 frames to go in case we are to play up to the last. We will need 11 more frames, and of those 11, Mansur needs 7 and Cesar 5. The level of break has gone down for both players compared to what it was for the first half. They have just a little slowed down. Maybe an effect of the discussion between themselves and their managers during that last timeout. The entertainment is slightly lower. It remains a top-class match nonetheless. Welcome aboard to the best of Ugandan pool. Watching these guys every day will sign you into pool as pretty much a way of life. They entertain as if it is magic. It's okay to use yellow, pot red, as long as the table is open in blackboard rules. Cesar therefore closes the table and is playing reds. Climax Bar and Lounge, Machinde, Kampala, Uganda is the venue. If you are anywhere in Kampala and you are thinking of coming to watch the game here, please stay home and watch online. The venue is full to capacity. You won't get anywhere to sit. You won't get anywhere to stand, even watching while standing is for a pay. Precision plus is what Cesar has been today so far. Big shot needed here. A miss. Though he's a bit lucky to win a money match, a long race, you do not only need to play well, you need a stroke of luck at time. It's the second time that he misses, but then the end result of the resting position of both the cue ball and his own object ball is to his advantage. A giant of Ugandan pool, Wanika Mansur, is being humiliated in front of his own fans because he trains here, in front of his own management, and sadly in front of his own mom. The only time that Cesar has been in the lead in a long race and then came to lose it finally was against Aiden in the first money match between the two in Kampala. 21-17 he led, 21-20 he was defeated. Since then he has not been defeated from an opponent coming from behind. And the sportsman in Cesar has fouled. Even the umpire did not notice. But Cesar reported himself to his opponent that he fouled. And fans of both Mansur and Cesar have applauded that gesture. That is why he's a favorite of the neutrals. He's a description of pool as a gentleman's game. Will Mansur utilize? Most likely, yes. Thank you for watching Anthony Egesa. Kibekani Mthembu. Stop looking at the waitress Kibekani Mthembu, my friend from South Africa. Ashley Floris Mkize from Morocco. Thank you for watching. There you wave your Moroccan flag. Bole Muhammad supporting Mansur. Eric Rick. Naka supporting Cesar. Sam Jeremy. Cesar is a beast prayer. Mapurisa. Priscilla Gaka. Bright Chilupola. Owanup Dennis. And all 3,000 of you enjoying this action. I believe unless we have a timeout, in less than 1 hour we shall be done. And if one of them wins very many consecutive games, 1 hour will be too much for us. Good shooting, Mansur. He's showing us that it is possible. He's reminding us that even if he's down, he's not finished. Mansur 15, Cesar 16. If there was any reason to applaud the player who has lost a frame, it is this just ended frame, where the player fouled, nobody saw, and yet he reported himself. It doesn't take any credit away from Mansur for the way he finished the frame off, and at least the match has life in it again. Unless you are a typical fan, you will not want a one-sided match. Mansur to break. Fair break it is. He sinks in. A yellow. In fact, 2 yellows. But most likely he will be going for the reds. It's always a breath of fresh air when you see the player who has been humiliated for about 45 minutes in a row, showing that he still has the life in him to fight for the match. That's exactly what Mansur is doing now. He needs one big shot here. One accurate pot which comes with an accurate cue ball will surely bring the game down in favor of Mansur. Maybe he will have to bounce the white ball off 2 cushions, bounces off 1, and achieves almost exactly what he hoped for. Wonderful. It takes being a man even to accept being head-started with a fellow man. That's exactly what Mansur is. Already a frustrating score at the start of the match, but he still shows that he can fight with confidence. It is the right skill, but with slightly less energy than he ought to have. He must be wary. He must conclude this apple. It is not healthy allowing Cesar a turn back on table with all your balls removed. With him having only 5 yellows on a Super League table with a lot of space to operate, Mansoor will surely want to sink in this black. And he does. White is safe. 16-16. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a match. One thing I always notice about long races is that each of the players normally has a sequence of games they win in succession. Very clear that from much of the last hour it was all Cesar. What is happening that Mansur is picking form at the most crucial time of the match. It seemed done and dusted when Cesar went 16-13 up, but believe you me, Mansur has won 3 games in a row, and the game is on once again. The trick is whether he can pot that red ball, which is almost touching another yellow in the center pocket. It seems there is space, but whether that space is enough for him to pot is another issue altogether. But if we can sink it in somehow, he will be good to go. Change his mind. The idea is for him to get white ball for the red ball I'm talking about. He has fans clapping for him. I think he is rooting to put it in the corner pocket where the black is parked nearby. And if he does, he will be good to go. He does. There is life in Mansur. There is life in Mansur's fans, and there is life in this match again. He's passing clear information to Cesar that the match is not done. And from 13-16, almost magically, Mansur produces 4 wins in a row to regain a 1-frame lead. And Mane returns to his frail. That is his former manager Yahaya, who is tipping him. None of the fans is leaving this place. Packed to full capacity. Down and upstairs. Nowhere to sit, nowhere to stand, and for these players, nowhere to hide. Fair break, yellow potted. The momentum of the breaks has also shifted the way of Mansur. There are reasons for the Scorpions fans to start worrying. Cesar won a sequence of games, most if not all of them, single visit clearances and apples. For the last 4 games, Mansur is doing exactly the same. There is no doubt that there is a lot of interest from the fans at the venue in trying to get the win even more than the players. The players want the win, they want the money. The fans will pay for the win if there was a way to. There is a set of fans that has gone completely silent. There is another set of fans that has gained hope. It has been 4 consecutive frames of Mansur's dominance. He is trying to make it 5. I have $1,200 US for whoever wins, but there is more than twice the money from fans inside staking. Everybody is playing. Even as little as $2, people are staking. They want to feel exactly the pressure that the players are going through as the match goes on. They want to lose as their player loses. They want to win as their player wins. They want to share the happiness for their player and share the sadness if their player loses. That is the amount of attachment of the fans to this sport and their favorite players. It is very clear that the neutrals are supporting Mansur. Mansur who won the Laban Arena Weekly Cup 1 month ago, the Mansur who won the Polar Station of Uganda End of Year Championship, is the Mansur you are watching now. A young man who is already a giant of the sport in Uganda is about to win a 5th game in quick succession against Cesar. Yes, he does. 18-16. More money from Chairman Mark. $3,400 is the highest number ever witnessed on this page live. Thank you, Africa, for according these players publicity. Thank you for loving the sport. Thank you for making me feel relevant. I dedicate this match to fellow streamers who promote the sport on the African continent from all of their countries of origin. Special shout outs to Francis Mokwekwe, Zimbabwe, William Soko, Zambia, Samson Kibuga, Tanzania, Evans Okacha, Kenya, of the break of the Rack and Shoot Bliss platform. There is also the Pool East Africa YouTube channel. Samson Kibuga, Tanzania. Mozi Fuze, South Africa. Cravo Platinum, Zimbabwe. Another single visit clearance from Cesar. This time not a lot of jubilation from his fans. Doesn't take credit away from what he has just done. Mansur 18, Cesar 17. 6 games to go if we are to go to a decider, and of the 6, Cesar needs 4, Mansur needs 3. Is momentum now shifting the way of Cesar? A very open break for Mansur. Unfortunately for him, he did not pot. Not a very good shot from Cesar. He used a lot of spin and not enough energy. The white ball was supposed to go round that yellow for him to put it in the same pocket. He seems to have a way to put it in the center pocket. It's a miss. The effect of that shot is that Mansur puts a yellow and he puts red and leaves one of his red balls locked by two of Cesar's yellows. Good shooting, Cesar. Cesar, who is normally lifted by his fans when things are not going well, like they have not been doing for the last 20 minutes, is starting to be lifted by his fans. We are now in the most crucial stage of the match. It is now that a player almost has no right to blink. But Cesar may have just lost a little concentration in the last shot. Will play to try and put off the cushion. He does go off cushion but misses the pot. Mansur very crucially does table inspection. He's a player who has many times been accused and considered guilty of doing it all on his home soil of Uganda and achieving almost nothing outside of Ugandan soil. In fact, the only competition he has ever won outside of Ugandan soil was a comp that was organized in Nairobi last year, consisting of top players from Kenya and Uganda, defeating fellow Ugandan Joseph Kasozi in the final 9-8. We'll want to open the pocket and does. This is the time that he has to play this important shot. Should he pot, which he does, and Kavuma Bashir is smiling on his phone. Sithembiso Dodge Bekani Pakade. Thank you for watching. Look at this. At 3,600 watching live. Wonderful shooting. I believe that you are being thoroughly entertained. I believe your time has not come to pass. I believe your data is not spent on for nothing. I believe you are enjoying top class action. Mansur 19, Cesar 17, and Chairman Max bottomless pockets continue together with Mansur's fans to reward their player. More money. Cesar breaks and sinks in one red. No chance to break. Cesar needs 4. Mansur needs 2. Should Mansur win this match, the argument will be that he did not win by the head start because Cesar was able to equalize and take a 3-0 lead, as in 13-16. Masaka is watching with joy and expectation. Bulu is watching with worriedness and disbelief. The king of battles is being treated to a test of his own medicine. That one will not go down as a good shot from Cesar. He needs something. At least he puts. Cesar gets out of one problem only to jump into another. I'm not so sure he can see any of the yellow ball he has been looking at. I'm not even so sure he should play to pot the next shot unless he can open up the game using the white ball, which he does not. Never short of skill. It looks like he can see a fraction of the ball, not the whole of it. Is he trying to put it off the red? I think it is what he's doing. Pot off the red, which he does. Will you have a better shot of the day than this one? That is Cesar getting himself out of trouble using imagination, creativity, and skill. And sinks in the black. This one will be one of the best clearances in the tournament. And of course he will be rewarded as he has been all match long. Very deserved money. The gentleman who has just rewarded him is supporting Mansur today but has just tipped Cesar. That is Eddie tipping Cesar, and yet he is supporting Mansur. That is what brilliance comes with. (1918). It is too close to call. Mansur to break. Fair break. Yellow potted. Open table. White ball is touching the red. Apologies for that break in video. Now we are back. I actually thought Mansur was going to play a safety shot. Proving me wrong he is so far. When he went 16-13 down, I gave him no chance, not in my imagination, not against Cesar. Aubake Bosheko, thank you for watching from Botswana. Priscilla Gaka Chisoro, Nicholas Beremi, Takuzwa, Yusuf Kagwa, Sami Chinyangwa, Komisa Tumi Malenga Komape, Izino Firebase, Spina Kenny, Lennon Mohan, Brendan Nyamutamba. As if Mansur is communicating to the white ball with his own body, and as if the white ball is listening to his boss, to its boss. For as long as he is on target in the next shot, the white ball can be played to rest on those two red balls which are almost touching each other. If those two are done accurately, then he will be on the verge. Mansoor. The crowd is lifted. (20) 18. Money is following him. And it is now this simple. There are 3 games left to play. For Cesar to win the match, he must win them all. If Mansur wins any of them, that will be it. Fair break from Cesar, but no ball pocket. The Mansur fans are shouting as if they have won the match. They are already celebrating. They are already celebrating. Remember, this place is where he trains, but we agreed that he will not use his home table. This table has been planted in this venue today simply for this match. More than 400, now close to 500 at the venue watching for a pay. 3,400 of you watching live. 2 players making one of the best shootouts Ugandan pool has ever witnessed in any tournament, any money match, anywhere, as long as it's Ugandan players. Africa is being entertained. Wanika Mansur is about to become the toast of Ugandan pool tonight if he can make this clearance, which according to today's performance, it looks like he will. If he wins this match, it will be clear that he will no longer be considered the head start material by anyone on the continent. Maybe a much smaller head start, especially should he win. But should he lose after performing this well, it will be a very, very sleepless night. Edward Josa Lewis, Priscilla Chisoro, Sydney Chizura, Valeria Kurash, Wandile Bekiswayo, Mutindo Godfrey, Sika Yuji, Milton Tsoke, Bashir Kavuma, Esther Motesi, Mosef Kaif, Innocent Chakoshai, Tawonashe Maestro, and all live witnesses. It is history in the making. Is the fear factor being lost from the Scorpion? Mansur Potts. The two yellows are pretty much potable, but look at the black ball. Potting it won't come easy at all. Kimutai from Kenya asking me what I think about this good player Mansur. Yes, he's good. Look at this. He is one accurate shot away from a very famous victory. Ladies and gentlemen, Uganda has got talent. The money has become too heavy for his pockets, and the guy who has been tipping him most of the time is being tasked with the work of keeping it, just for the sake of Mansur to deliver one good shot. Hot yellow in the center, a small follow on the white ball, for him to put the black ball in the corner pocket closest to your cushion, to your pocket, I mean to your screen. It must be total accuracy. It is easier to have himself snookered. He is snookered. What can he do? As if he wants to play a mass shot. It is not impossible for him to find the black or pot, but it's also very likely he can pot off the red and lose the frame. The umpire has an important calling to make. The umpire rules legal shot, one visit. Nobody is sure of whether it was a legal shot or not, but the only opinion that matters is that of the umpire. Cesar under pressure. It is a clearance to keep life in him, not to lose 1,200 US dollars and a lot more in side staking. And this clearance is about to remind Mansur that the player is facing is Uganda's seed 1. He loses a game when the black is sunk by his opponent. As long as the black remains on table, Cesar is not done. Even under pressure, even in such a circumstance, he still produces magic. That is Cesar. What an entertainer this guy is. What a clearance. Very memorable. Mansur 20, Cesar 19. 2 games to go. Mansur needs 1, Cesar needs both. It seems Cesar is asking for a moment off the table, which the umpire grants. Ladies and gentlemen, time out.